Hello, my loves. So, I know it's been a while since I've posted a video. I've been going through some stuff. I've been, as much as I come on and I talk to you guys about things, I'm also working through and dealing with these things and getting insights and just connecting to source. And as I get messages for myself, I'm going to come on and give you guys the same messages that I've gotten. Or if I feel, called, like we need to have a little powwow, let's have a little talk, a little discussion, that's when I'm going to come on. So I know it's a bit inconsistent, but it was something that just kept eating at me to do, is make these videos, which is why there's no rhyme or reason to them. There's no video schedule or no intro or anything. It's me talking to my family, talking to the other parts of me and the other parts of the world, whoever these videos find, and whoever these videos resonate with. So the topic for the week has been shadow work. And actually this time, y'all, I wrote down I wrote down the shit that was coming to me, because a lot of the times I kind of get off, and I wanted to make sure I stay on topic and tell you everything that came to me that I need to share with you. So we hear about shadow work all the time. We hear, oh, you got to do shadow work, and shadow work, and shadow work. But what really is shadow work, and what does that actually look like, right? So shadow work is you learning and understanding the parts of yourself that you hide, that you run from, that you try to ignore, the things that you don't like. It's facing those things and working through them, because at the end of the day, your shadow self and your light self work together. There's a grand duality. Just as there's light and dark, there's good and bad, whatever, yin and yang, there is a duality there. And the same as it being masculine and feminine, there's a duality. You can't have one without the other. And we tend to try to push down those shadow parts of ourselves and ignore it and hide from it. And it doesn't do us any good. It won't be until we learn to face those shadow parts of ourselves and carry it with us, because through healing those parts, recognizing those parts, we gain a certain understanding, strength, we gain compassion, and we're able to deal with other people's shadows as well. So shadows can look like abuse or trauma or betrayal or unforgiveness. Typically, it's things that are too difficult for us to work through. And so we hide it. We don't deal with it. It's like, we'll use something very trivial. So let's say a breakup. You go through a really bad breakup. And what's the first thing you do? Well, I don't care anyway, but you actually do. You were actually hurt. The events that took place were not, what you had imagined, and there's a healing there that needs to take place. But we are not taught how to face obstacles and adversities in a healthy manner. So we tend to shut it down and move on. Oh, I cut that person off and I don't think about them anymore. But you never actually dealt with the hurt, the betrayal, the lingering feelings of that situation, So I'm going to read this a little bit. The things you've been through that you've put away, the things that you locked behind that door in your mind, the things that you've repressed because they were too hard to face or you couldn't understand them, those things were not your fault. You didn't deserve those things. You didn't put yourself in that position. It's okay. And you see a lot of this with people who suffered abuse, whether it's sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. You see a lot of times when people come out of those situations, they don't actually deal with what happened to them. They kind of just push it to the side like it never happened, you know, and they move on as best they can. But what they don't realize is in doing that and never actually facing those hard truths, those hard realities about what happened to them, they tend to pick up other traits to make up for whatever that is. And honestly, it's out of a sense of protection. You think to yourself, I'm protecting myself. I'm not going to think about this because I'm protecting myself. I'm not going to talk to that person because I'm protecting myself. I'm not going to bring it up because I'm protecting myself. I'm just going to put my big girl panties on and move on. That is not healthy. And I know it's really hard to do. It's not something that you just wake up and be like, oh, I'm going to forgive this person and everything is fine. But the crazy part is forgiveness isn't for that other person. It's for you. One, you need to forgive yourself. You need to remember that it wasn't your fault. Whatever happened to you, whether it was a betrayal, a trauma, abuse, whatever happened to you, it was not your fault. You were doing exactly what you were supposed to do. You were loving, you were open, you were kind or whatever. And someone outside of yourself decided to take advantage of you in whichever way that may be. And in doing so, it hurt you. And then you close off and you put up these walls. I'm never going to feel that again. No one's ever going to do that to me again. I won't put myself in that position again. And you block off everything. You block off the world. And you don't even notice that you're doing it because you're really, truly in your mind, you're doing it to protect yourself. But when you do that, you've closed so many doors that could have been open to so many other grand experiences and things. And it's through your shadow work, actually facing those shadows, coming to those realities, facing those problems, feeling those emotions that come with those problems, and allowing yourself to know that it's okay. That situation did not define you. That situation does not make you who you are. And a lot of the times we tend to feel like that. We feel like, oh, well, I'm the way I am because this happened to me when I was a child. Okay, I can see how you can believe that. I can understand how certain traumas can affect how you perceive the world, how you perceive people, how you interact with people. And then doing so, it changes how you are. But that's not who you are at your core. Because at the core, we're all light. At the core, we're all love. And you have to truly, fully process those dormant emotions that you weren't taught to process. We're not taught how to deal with anger. We're not taught how to deal with love or sadness or grief. We're really just taught to kind of like, okay, you swallow it down and you just let it go. And that's not the most healthiest way to deal with things. Like I had some trauma that I had not completely dealt with, and I thought that I did. I could talk about it freely. It was not a big deal. And I really thought that I had processed that trauma. And it wasn't until I had some therapy. I was in a therapy session and some things were brought up. And then I had to actually really assess, had I dealt with it in the most efficient way for my healing? And it's crazy because the trauma and the shadows, it presents itself in ways that you don't even realize it's presenting itself. Maybe you draw back from touch. Maybe when someone comes to hug you, you flinch. Or you like, I don't like hugs. I don't like people touching me. Why? Touch is like one of the most minimal forms of affection. and love, you know? Oh, I don't give people my real name. I don't do X, Y, and Z. You have to ask yourself, why do you not do these things? And oh, that's just me. It's just who I am. I never liked that. I never liked that. But why? And you'd be surprised the amount of things that you have suppressed to the point where you don't even remember it. But in order to unlock those things, you have to literally be honest with yourself and look within. You have to look within. And I've bought all those little shadow workbooks, and I've done like the little activities in them before, and they never go past the surface. When I look back at those books and what I filled in, they never went past the surface of the problems and the issues that I may have saw that was circulating in my life. Shadows are not seen. They're those things that you push way down on the inside and you just kind of like, I'm going to forget about this. And you push it, you get so good at pushing it down that you just kind of forget. You forget about it. And you just go on your life and you adopt these ways to protect yourself. And you don't even realize you've adopted these ways to protect yourself until you're far gone in it. And then when you do start to do that work, the pieces come together. The pieces of the puzzle start to fall into place. And then you realize, oh no, that's not just who I am. I don't just act like that. That came from this. And that stemmed from that. You know? You've been told to suck it up, and it's not that serious, and you're not the only one, and you don't have the luxury to waste time and energy on people who don't matter. But you matter. You matter. Your emotions matter. Your feelings matter. Your hurt matters. And you have to feel and process those emotions, or they're going to continue to run you. And being that we are in a time of a great shift, a time where the universe is really trying to pour into you and give you everything that you desire, and you're letting go of things, and you're being positive, and you're manifesting these things into your life, and you're alchemizing, daily, and it's just like something isn't connecting, and you're like, oh God, like I'm doing the work, I'm meditating, I'm touching grass, talking to the trees. I'm being positive, and the things aren't coming together for me. Like, what's going on? It's still some things that's blocking you from truly being able to receive what the universe has for you. And until you actually face those things head on, you're still only going to get fragments of what the universe really has for you. Because truly, the universe wants to give you the world. There's nothing that you can ask for that the universe is going to be like, oh, not time yet. Not time yet. You choose the timing. But when you have that unresolved trauma and those shadows that's lying dormant that you refuse to open that door to and discover and to feel, and you continue to lie to yourself about things, and you can't truly open yourself up to receive the value of love that the universe has for you, because you're always going to feel like you have to protect yourself. But when you're in a flow state, where you're in that pure state of connected consciousness with the universe, you don't have to fight for anything. You don't have to fight for yourself, because like energy attracts like energy. When you're walking in a negative energy, a low vibrational energy all the time, those are the things you attract to you. When you're in a higher energy, when you're walking in love and in light and being guided in those things, love and light has to follow you. And I don't mean a false sense of love and light. You're still, talking about that person, and you're still judging that person because their journey does not look like yours. But each of us is God experiencing itself. So each of us has our own experience that we have to go through. Each of us has, each of us has our own experiences that we have to have, that's going to shape us. Each of us has our own perspective that we have to see things through, and that's okay. My perspective may not be your perspective. My journey may not be your journey. And it doesn't make your journey any less than my journey. It just looks different. I am you from a different point of view. And once we understand that we are all in oneness, you no longer want to hurt another, because hurting another is just hurting you. When we walk in oneness and understand that we are all connected, you will no longer fear your shadow, because working on your shadow is not forgetting. How they say, oh, if you forgive somebody, you got to forget it. No, that does not mean forgetting. It's about facing the things. Wait a minute. I think I wrote something about this, because I don't want to misquote. Shadow work isn't about forgetting. It's about facing the things that go bump in the night and learning to walk beside it, no longer hiding from it. Everything is the great duality. You can't have one without the other. And I think we spoke about this already. You have to truly embrace the shadow to reveal who you really are. Knowing that it did not kill you, but it kept you. It strengthened you. Somehow it taught you something about yourself. And once you fully embrace it, when you stop resisting, you open up to the flow state where the universe can really start to pour into you. It's really about loving yourself. And if you don't recognize those shadow parts of yourself, how can you truly love yourself? How can you truly look yourself in the mirror and love yourself for all the dark places? Not just when you're up and you're happy and things seem good, but when you're in those dark places, to still be able to be kind to yourself, still be able to tell yourself it's okay. My worth is not measured by society standards. It's not measured by how much money I have in the bank. It's not measured by how many people like me. It's not measured by whether I have a partner, or if I'm married, or if I have this job, or your worth is not measured by any of these things. Only you measure your worth. Only you can say how much you love yourself and how much you feel worthy. Because truly, you're all worthy. We're all worthy to live the life of our dreams. We're all worthy to have that epic love, if that's so what you choose. You're all worthy of being millionaires and billionaires. Like, those things are not far-fetched. Those things are not fantasy or made up. Those things you truly can achieve. But in order to receive all of those things, you really have to do that inside work. You have to look within, accept those things that's within, those things that you've hidden from. Forgive yourself. And move on. You really have to move on from it. And know that those things that may have happened to you does not dictate your future. It does not mean that you're broken. It does not make you less than. And by you choosing to heal and you choosing to forgive, it does not make you weak. If anything, it makes you strong. So, while you all are doing your shadow work, just remember that you're worthy, you are loved, you are strong. You're stronger than the situations that happen to you. Those do not define you. You define you. You create and you write your own story, and you can rewrite your story as many times as you need, because that is your free will. That is your right. If you don't like your story, change it. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't, or that it's impossible, or that you're restricted to the belief systems of society, or what someone else think your life should be. Make your life what you choose to make your life. And don't be afraid of the shadow. It won't bite. I promise. It may hurt. You may cry. It may not feel good. You may have to process a lot. But on the other end, you'll be okay. You'll be stronger. You'll be more compassionate. You'll understand a bit more. You'll be able to open yourself up to love. I promise. I think that's all. I think that's all I have for you guys today. Just be kind to yourselves. Love yourselves. Be gentle with yourselves. It's okay. We're all working through this together. We're all healing. We're all, trying to manifest a better life for ourselves. And it's okay. It's okay. Don't close yourself down to the opportunity of a lifetime, to a new experience, an experience you've never given yourself the leniency to experience. So, as always, I love you, and live in love. Bye.